Superwoman Summit. Just the energy, just being surrounded with the right people, the right energy, the right mindset. Change that for me. Yay, we hear you, doctor. I love that
That,
yellow on you.
oh, thank you. How are
I
you?
love I am doing good. We're just gonna have a chat. We're a little early for your time. I'm sorry I pulled you 3 minutes earlier.
Oh, no,
Oh,
that's fine.
oh my gosh, we have had such a morning so far. It's morning because it's Pacific time. I know everybody else is in the Eastern time started at 12 o'clock, but we have had such a morning so far. We started with Dr. Jill Khan, realizing that everything is right about us, whatever our situation is. Then the person that came next after her was Blair, who spoke about financial breakthrough. Wherever your situation are in your finances is perfect. Everything's right about that. The next one was Dr. Megan and Mo speaking about naturopathic, medicine and Ayurvedic and essential oils. Then we just had Alenia, who you heard a part of. She's a powerful powerhouse that just breaks obstacles in her path and turns them into opportunities, works hard to get what's needed to get done right now. And now we have Dr. Roque. We now have the health expert. Dr. Fit Mama is what Dr. Rocky is known about. She's an amazing mama that just is such a voice to staying fit, getting fit, and there's a way around it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Rocky. Oops, you're muted. Did I not unmute
I
you?
just no, I did that. That was me that did that. I forgot that I had muted because I'm just a silly person. Um, so about myself, I actually this is not about just being about myself, but I'm actually in the Pacific time right now because I'm in Arizona and I leave out earlier today to go back to Texas. But anyway, so I am a chiropractor by trade. I am a nutritionist. I work in Katy, Texas, which is the Houston area. I am a mama of three. I have my husband, and I love anything health. I love working out. I love playing soccer. I just, being active and helping my patients to live their best lives and to improve overall with their health and to feel good in their bodies inside and out. So, I mean, that's just a little bit about myself. I went to college, my grad school, I went in St. Louis. Undergrad, I was in Kansas. I was Midwest for school. Born and raised in California, though. Gotta say that. Southern
Yay.
California. um, but now I'm in Houston, Texas with my family, and we're just trying to get healthy and trying to get people healthy one step at a time, one person at a time.
That is so awesome. Doctor, what got you started with what you chose in life right now? Because you chose to go this path of health. What propelled you into making this choice? What inspired you?
Um, so I mean, I've just always been health. I've just always loved health. I played sports, multiple sports in high school and junior high, elementary, all the whole way through. In college, I played soccer. I was always conscious of what I ate and how it made me feel. And then as I got
Mm.
older and I started seeing things happen in my bodies and in my systems, it made me really want to do it more. And I knew I worked in a laboratory. I was a biochemist and a quality control and analyst for some big name companies when it came to products and stuff like that. And I knew that that wasn't the life for me. This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be able to help them live their best lives and do some of the things that I'm doing on my own. So I decided to go into chiropractic school after some discussion with my husband and doing other things. And while I was in chiropractic school, I decided to also get my nutrition degree for master's so that I can learn a little bit about more nutrition and really help people not only heal in one aspect of your life, but heal in multiple aspects of your life. Because I mean, you can do one thing, but you really need to do a multitude of things to be healthy, to really reach true optimal health. So that made me do that. And with the keto, I do keto, everybody. Keto happened because my son had epilepsy and some of the diets and some of the things that we were doing just wasn't working. And I didn't realize why it wasn't working. So I did a lot of research. And then as I did research and found out a lot of things, I realized that a lot of people should be eating keto. A lot of people should be eating low carb. We don't tend to eat that way. And I'm proud to say and happy to say it's been almost 3 years of no seizures for my son. He's 5 right
Wow.
now. So yeah, so that's an exciting thing. I started losing weight and I had no clue I needed it. I lost about 40 pounds since I started doing that 3 years that I didn't know. I didn't realize at the same time also I had a lot of bloating, abdominal bloating. Come to find out, I had a lot of ovarian cysts. So I started healing my cysts. The doctor said they
Wow.
don't see any anymore. I I stopped having headaches. I was a chronic headache sufferer since I was a teen. No more headaches unless I, go off plan and decide I'm going to eat something like a cookie or something like that. Then I'll get a headache. But when I eat low carb, no headaches. So I'm able to have so much more energy. I'm able to not have to take a 2 hour nap. I used to take 2 hour naps during the day. I don't take 2 hour naps. I can go through the whole day and be working optimally and be energized and happy and excited. So it's changed a lot of things in my life doing eating keto versus I was a vegetarian, which I'm not knocking the vegetarianism. It just didn't work for me. It wasn't something that worked for my body and my health. And with learning all these different things of how it can help patients with epilepsy, can help patients with diabetes, can help patients with PCOS reverse some of these symptoms and these conditions that they have. Once I learned that, I didn't want to go back, and I don't want to go back. I don't think I will. And I just enjoy it, and I want to help other women enjoy themselves, enjoy what they eat, enjoy how they feel, and just feel good and empowered inside your body, inside and out.
That is priceless, doctor. That in there is priceless. Because I myself, I'm one that's always been afraid of food. I just never knew, I never understood what my body would react to that would cause me to get swollen, what could cause me to get bloated. I've been overweight for a long time and I'm still working on losing the weight. And I have actually found real hope in the keto diet. So what we have here, Dr. Roque is going to talk about what keto actually is and what it isn't. I think just because there's a lot of misconceptions of what keto diet is, and I know that that's part of what you're also going to give us, as an offer today, right?
Right, correct. So, with the keto diet is, I know a lot of misconceptions. Here's a huge one: I have to eat bacon all day, every day. You have to eat pork. You have to eat a lot of beef. You have to eat what else? Tons of avocado. There's just all these different things that people. You have to eat really fatty, juicy meal. Like I say juicy like as a good thing, but like there's such a misconception of what that you're restricted. Like people who are dairy free, you can't eat dairy. It's okay. You can still do keto. People who can't do egg allergies, it's okay. You can still do keto. If you don't like pork, it's all right. If you don't do fish, I mean, if you don't do chicken or you don't do beef, it's okay. There's other ways and other options to do it. But the big thing, like one of the biggest things, if you don't want to eat those different meats, it's all right. But we need to take away the bread, which are very high carbs. The one piece of bread probably has over 70 grams of carbohydrates in our system or in it. Just one piece of bread. Take away the pasta, take away a lot of the beans and the lentil groups because they're very high carbs. They're very starchy. Potatoes, and those are like the main things. If you start decreasing some of those and some of the high sugar fruits, and those are like bananas, apples, um, what else? And those kind of things you want to stick to, like berries, which are lower, and grapes. Grapes are something you really don't want to eat too. So you want to stick to those. And I understand you're like, oh my God, I have to get rid of my fruits. I can't, there's no way. But it's just that when you're first starting out, you want to be a little bit more stricter in what you do. And then as you go further along and you've been doing it for a while, you can start adding in a banana every once in a while or something like that, if that's what you choose. But a lot of times you really enjoy how you're feeling and you don't miss it. You don't
Yeah.
miss those carbs.
Doctor, I want to reel us in a little bit backwards because a lot
Sorry.
of times it's okay. No, I actually asked that question, but I realized that we haven't prefaced it with the value of keto because a lot of times, people cannot value what they don't understand. So understanding what benefit does a keto diet has? I mean, is it only for people who are overweight? Is it for people, what's the value of being following a keto diet in terms of overall health, in terms of cardiovascular health, in terms of, their diabetes, hypertension, and all of that, not just on weight loss? What's the benefit of, following a keto diet?
Oh, I love this question. So, first, one thing I always say that it's not about losing weight. Losing weight is a side effect, right? It's a good side effect that you want. But one of the values, one of the things that really affects people, because we eat so many carbohydrates in our diet, we eat tons of carbohydrates, our insulin levels are always high and it can't go down. So when our insulin levels are constantly spiked, it actually shuts down a lot of the other hormonal processes that happen in our body. So our cortisol levels can't come down if insulin levels are spiked.
Mm.
Our weight loss can't decrease if our insulin levels are spiked. Like insulin levels spiking, they shut down so many different systems, and it just causes us to wreak havoc, right? And then with diabetes, diabetic patients, they tend to have insulin sensitivity. Well, they do have insulin sensitivity, so you have to keep adding more and more and more insulin into the system in order for them to even notice that
Mm.
insulin is present. So when you decrease the amount of carbohydrates in your system, you decrease the amount of insulin that is produced in your system, and your body is still able to make energy and is still able to process everything because it does not need a lot of insulin to get the energies that we need to make a lot of our anabolic or metabolic processes happen. So when that happens, since your body is not making as much insulin over time, and it doesn't take that long, it takes a couple months or like months to weeks to really start to see this process start to reverse. But since we're not producing so much insulin, our body starts to notice it more. It starts to notice it a lot quicker. So once it starts noticing a lot quicker, sorry, a plane's going overhead. Then when you do eat some carbohydrates or you do have it and the insulin level spiking a little bit, it doesn't take as much insulin. And since it doesn't take
Yeah.
as much insulin for it to do it, the insulin levels can come down lower a lot faster. And then all those other processes to where you're decreasing cortisol levels. So you're able to not have as much depression and anxiety because those levels are down. You're able to start losing weight because those levels start coming down. Like everything just starts to work a lot more easier when you have lower levels of the insulin in your body. And insulin is a powerful hormone. It is so powerful, and we take it for granted, and we don't realize it. So, in it also makes it when you eat keto, you're eating a lot more fat in your system. And I know this seems kind of counterintuitive, but when you eat the fat, you're able to process your fat soluble vitamins, which if there's no fat in your system, you can't process. Those are the vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Those are important vitamins. If you don't have fat in your system and you can't go through the cell wall to do it, so you need those healthy fats to be able to have a healthy cell wall so that those fat soluble vitamins can get through the cells and be able to function properly. And then also, it helps you to produce healthy cholesterol to get your cholesterol ratio. I want to say ratio. I don't want to say good or bad cholesterol. I like cholesterol ratio. So it helps your cholesterol ratio to be at a good level that it needs to be at. So you get less clogs of arteries. You get more healthy hormones made because when you have healthy cholesterol levels, cholesterol needs fat to be processed and to make good healthy cholesterol. So if you have fat that you're introducing in your system and you're able to do it, your cholesterol levels will start to go down and your hormone levels will regulate because the hormones need the healthy cholesterol in order to process and be made. So there's a lot. I
Oh
know
my
I just
gosh.
told you a lot of stuff, but there are so many different processes that just keeping your insulin levels low and adding in natural fats that you need in your system, it can happen. And the way that you lose fat is because lipolysis happens in the liver. It's a process that happens in the liver that will start taking fat away from your body. And that's how you lose weight so rapidly. And it breaks it down into triglyceride and then also a ketone body. And that's where the name keto diet comes from, because the ketone body, that is a byproduct of the lipolysis, is produced. And our body can utilize those aspects to get energy. And we have endless supplies. We have endless supplies of fat cells. And so we can keep going. Whereas carbohydrates, unfortunately, we only have a threshold. And we typically meet that threshold and supersede it. So once that threshold is made of energy that can be made that day, The rest of it is just turned into body fat.
Wow. And so what I'm hearing, doctor, there's a lot of things, but what I'm hearing is energy. That this kind of diet actually gives you more energy instead of the feeling of lethargy and just not having, not having energy and running out of energy through the day. Could you speak a little more about energy?
Yes. So because you have that problem, it has endless supplies and there's not a threshold that's being met. Your energy levels just increase and supersede. Typically, people who tend to eat high carbohydrate diets, they they eat a meal, right? And if it's high carb, they get tired right after. You just are exhausted because your body is having to pump up the insulin level so it can process those foods that are going in there. So all those other things just slow down. Your body just slows down and you become very lethargic. And it's hard to make it through the day if you're eating 2 to 3 times a day and you're eating hard carb levels of food. You're too lethargic to really go on and be optimal. Versus if you eat a low carb or a keto diet, your energy levels are going to supersede and go up because your body is not going to have to slow down in order to process the food. It's just going to be able to process the food, and you can keep going on about your day.
Wow. I like that. Actually, doctor, I there's so much to learn about this. I feel like you're so loaded. You're so loaded. What I'm seeing is the benefit of what it is, that what it does to our body to really get into a keto diet. Doctor, let me just address, there was a message on the chat that says that they cannot get audio. They can't hear the audio. Could you, people in the chat, could you say if you're hearing us? Are you hearing us, or are we having any issues with audio? We're okay. We're good. Okay. I just want to make sure that we're being heard because what Dr. Roque is saying is so powerful. So Dr. Roque, thank you so much for all the answers that you gave about keto, because I'm one that really really is very interested on going on a keto diet. And as a matter of fact, I know you're giving us something very 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 special. Thank you so much. I know that on your, as a special part of being in recharging your superwoman, something that you normally offer for such, like, probably 3 4 times more the price, you are actually offering it in this program for just $99. And I am actually enrolling. Tell us about that, because I'm really really excited about that.
So this program is a 5-week program. It's called the Keto Success Formula. So what we're going to do in that program is it's just 5 steps, 5 simple steps that you're going to start making every day. We're gonna hold each other accountable. We're going to hold ourselves accountable, and you're going to hold each other in the community accountable. And with these 5 steps, you're going to just change something every single week in your life to set yourself up for success and to be able to do keto and thrive on it. Because sometimes when we don't have a plan, if you plan to fail, if you don't have a plan, you fail. Something like that. I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
remember the
If
quote.
you fail
But
to plan, you plan to fail.
yes, exactly. You know exactly what I was talking about. So with the Keto Success Formula, you're going to start with a plan and go through the plan and do something different every week. If you try to change everything overnight, it's a little bit harder to do it because you might just not be ready. But if you make simple steps to start improving everything, those 5 steps start adding up and really will help you get keto success. So that's why it's the Keto Success Formula, because we're just adding them all together so you can reach success. And it's based off of my book, The Keto Success Formula.
I love it. I love it, doctor. Thank you so much for being so generous. That is so generous. So, doctor, would you have the ability to type in on the chat, how they would sign up for the Keto Success Formula?
Yes, let me see. It is, so it's hi, Cairo, health.com, and then backslash KSF. So I'm putting that in there right now so everybody can go to it. I guess I forgot to put www dot.
That's okay, doctor. We'll figure it out. Put some www if ever it's not allowing you to go straight that, if it's not designed that way. There you go.
Yeah, I just made sure to do that. Yes, and then
Yeah.
anybody who's listening can also, I think I have the link. Let me see. They can sign up if you want to get a free book. You can have the Keto Success Formula book for free. Because I would love to do that. Yes.
That's so generous, doctor. Thank you.
So this link right here. If you go to that link and sign up, I'll send you that book for free and a free 7-day planner.
Wow. Wow. That's so generous. Hey, ladies, slide up the chat for Dr. Roque. Just so generous that she just does that for us. And so, although we have a number of people that are live right now, we have a lot more people who are going to get this in recording. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Attendees are not seeing the emails. What we're just going to look at the chat, doctor, see what they're
I put
saying.
it in
So
the
are not seeing the emails and links for the gifts and contacts. Yes, Rachel, I'm going to email that all to you. So we did something funny. I'm gonna come clean and just be vulnerable here. Here's the laptop that where everything is. You're on an iPad right now. So last night we were practicing how to record and do these things. And what happened was, oh, the link is not in the chat, doctor. I think you messaged it to somebody, not to everybody.
it says it went through all participants. Oh, all panelists. You know what? That's why I need to go all panelists and attendees. My bad, y'all. Hold
Yeah,
on.
okay. So sorry. So anyway, while Dr. Roque is doing that, here's my story. We were practicing how to record this last night on a webinar. And what happened was the link that was set for this morning was turned on. It was started on the iPad. And if we turned it off, all of you would lose your links. So when you turn on it, when you click your link, it will say this meeting has ended, and we have to create a new link and we have to email a new link. So we kept it on the iPad and we just ran with it. It stayed overnight, so it was on since last night, and we don't have the ability to export what's on the laptop onto what's going on right now. So give me some grace. I'm going to email you all of the links. I'm going to email you all of the videos. But right now we are running with everything is right about the iPad. Everything is right about the iPad. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so for the grace. That's what happened. Because I was thinking if we ended the meeting last night, we would have to create a new link and then people would be confused because they can't log in. It will say that the meeting has ended. So we just ran with the iPad. So
Um,
thank you, Dr. Roque.
you're welcome. I was able to send it, and they said that they see it. And everything. And also, there was someone who asked a question. I don't know if we're answering any questions, but she was asking
Yes,
about
answer
meat.
it, doctor. We have time.
Okay. There was something about meat inflames you. I'm not sure who asked that. It might have. I'm
I
not
think it
sure.
was Ren. Yeah.
Okay. If meat inflames you, what I would do is definitely sign up for that free journal because you want to track what you're eating with the meat. So we can figure out, is it the meat that is inflaming you, or is it something that you're eating as a side with the meat? Because that's something that tends to happen. So when you track what's going on with your food and you write those down, and then you track how they make you feel, you really can dig deep and see what's going on. Because sometimes we can find that it might be like maybe you're eating something really starchy with the meat or whatever, and it's not necessarily the meat that's doing it, but it's that's caused you to be starchy. Or maybe you're eating dairy with the meat, and the dairy is what's caused you to be inflamed. You tested it alone. Oh, she said she tested it alone. Well, if it's inflaming you, then you probably have some kind of intolerance or allergy to it. So I would stay away from that particular meat and go to something else. Maybe you need to change the type of meat, and maybe it's just the proteins that are in that meat that is causing it. So if it's beef that you're having a reaction to, maybe you need to change to like buffalo, or maybe you need to change to deer meat or chicken or something like that. So I would maybe try a different type of meat to see if that gives you the same reaction as just whatever meat you are eating has. That would be my best bet, or your next best bet. I'm sorry, I was tongue tied there.
Thank you for
No
answering that,
problem at
Dr.
all.
Roque. Thank you
No
so much
problem
for
at all.
answering that. Well, since we have time, we have about 10 more minutes before we bring our next speaker. Would you tell us about your other program about movement?
Oh yeah. So Just Move is it's a 3-week program, and it's a lot of tips and tricks and everything when it comes to working out and why you should be working out. You'll learn how to make a plan to work out on your own. You'll learn different types of exercises and things that are right for your body, because how I work out is not the same as how you work out, right? Ava? Like we
Yeah.
all have different types of workouts. We all have different types of things we like to do. So you're really going to learn about the anatomy and physiology about working out and what's going on in your body and how the muscles and stuff react with each other. And then just different types of workouts that you will do, because the whole goal is for you to enjoy how you work out. Because if you don't enjoy to work out, you're not going to want to do it. It's the same with food. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to want to keep doing it. So with the Just Move, you're going to learn how to enjoy to move and get daily movement in your life every single day. And that's
That is
like
so good.
about 30 minutes of movement every day, 20 to 30 minutes. So that's what that Just
Wow.
Move program is.
I can do that. I can do 20 to 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean, you just have to fit it. We could all find at least 20 minutes of intentional movement every day.
yeah, and what I love about this doctor is that it's customized because I'm a physical therapist by profession, and that's one of the things. Like my biggest beef is that when people recommend a workout, like it's good for everybody, and it's
Yes.
really, yeah, it's really not. It really depends on your basic anatomy and physiology. It's amazing that you can teach that in 3 weeks. What a method.
Well, we're teaching you to appreciate and learn how what the different types of workout, and you can pick and choose different workouts that work for you, for your schedule, for your body, and how you feel. So it's not that deep. The other program is deeper, and that one is a long thing. But this one will get the job done to get you moving and grooving, and to
Yeah.
start implementing movement from day one. So as soon as you start that program, you're going to learn how to get movement in that day.
Is that a scheduled program, doctor, or do you have that kind
No,
of like self
that is
study?
like that's a self study, like the Keto Success Formula.
Okay. And then there's a community that they can be surrounded with.
Exactly, same thing.
Yeah, because one of the things that I think is the biggest takeaway for us women is that we have to be surrounded with other women, who have the same passion, the same goals, the same struggles that we all have, because it is when we're surrounded that we find the support, we find that we're not alone, that we're not, and everything is right about us. Everything is right about us, whatever our challenges are, and whatever I used to complain, doctor, that I said when I go to heaven, I'm going to ask Jesus why I was designed the way I was, because my body, I always say, my metabolism is slow, and
Mm.
that my body just processes things differently, slower, and I've got joint aches and pains, and I'm a physical therapist, so this is almost hilarious. But what I'm finding that my challenges are is food sensitivities. So I actually would love, I would love to sign up, with your keto program to the 5 week, because I need that. I need that. Yeah. Thank you so
No,
much, Dr. Roque.
no problem at all. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for asking these questions, because knowledge is power. The more we
Yes.
know, the more we can learn and grow and become better, be healthier, enjoy life. It's about enjoying life every day. We don't want to
Yes.
be sick. We don't want to be in pain and not being able to do anything. So if we are taking the steps to just be able to enjoy your life, you're not feeling sick, you're not tired, you're not hungry, um, you're just happy, and less depression. It really is about just enjoying life, and that's where how I want to help women, and that's what I want to do. And I hope you guys take that away, because with doing stuff like this, you're not going to be hungry anymore. You're not. You're going to be able to enjoy food and not be afraid to do the things that we got to do to get to the next level.
Thank you, Dr. Rocky. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies, let's fire up our chat. Say thank you to Dr. Rocky. I love you, Dr. Rocky. Thank you. And what's amazing was, to be very honest, that program that Dr. Rocky is offering for $99. I hacked that. She has it for like 4 times the price of that, and I'm like, Dr. Rocky, we can only offer up to $99 in our summit. So she said, I'll give that for $99. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. So that's is that on the link that you gave us, Dr. Rocky?
Yes, it's on the highchirohealth.com/KSF. That's on there as well. And if you sign up for the link to the free offer, you can get the book and the 7-day journal.
But doctor, your price there would be different. So how can they avail of the price that's discounted?
It's already on there.
Oh, you already put it in there?
Yeah, so there's no discount code, no nothing. It's already on there for you. So you don't have to. I made a separate landing page for you guys, so you guys don't have to do anything different. You just
thank you
type
so
it in.
much.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Well, doctor, thank you for taking the time of your day to come and inspire us and get us started with it's funny because practically powerful with Alina saying that we get to do the hard things, to go over our obstacles, and now we get to really take the challenge and make it real. We get to improve our health, feel good, have fun. I love your words
Yes,
about just feeling good, having fun, and enjoying life. We can see that on
thank
the
you.
other side.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for being here and listening to what I have to say.
Thank you, doctor.
Bye.
Bye. So we are just making a transition. I don't know what I did. We're making a transition right now. What we have coming up next is amazing. So this is going to be a very, very, very inspiring topic. This is really new to me.